Now, you might see me doing that a little bit, but that's only like an exercise that lifts your eye. But anyway, in one of my videos, I was talking about why women can marry broke. It's one of the worst things you could ever do in life. And then someone jumped in the comments and said, don't marry broke women. Ladies, go onto all the Instagram model pages right now and see what those men are offering those women. Are they offering them flowers and money and jewelry and stuff on the Instagram girl model pages? Look in the comments and look in the comments and see what they're offering the girls. See what they're saying to the girls. The only time men do not get mad at a woman is because, and you know what else? I think all women should go and look in your man's likes. Go look at his likes on Instagram. If you're allowed to, don't tell him. Go look in the likes and see if he's liking pictures of girls that look like you, or is he liking pictures of girls that look like someone else? And the funny thing about this marriage thing and the purpose of marriage and why we shouldn't and why we have to protect our kids by finding them a good father, a providing father, a father that comes from a home where he had a father that provided for him. You have to give that to your children, because giving your children and you have to give your children marriage. I mean, if you want the perfect story, marriage is at the top. I'm sorry. I know men don't want to get married and they're trying to convince you women to not marry as well, and they're convincing you guys to not marry, and because they are the the incentive that they are convincing you guys to not marry with is the fact that you can work and he won't be able to get any of your money. I'm here to tell you that's a bad deal, because if he's not married to you, he doesn't have to be faithful to you. If he's not married to you, he can have other children outside of wedlock. He can have 2, 3, 4 homes. He can't do that with marriage. A man can't have 3, 4 marriages. He can only have 1 marriage, 1 wife. A woman can only have 1 husband. Right or wrong? Somebody came in here. So we're talking about the purpose of marriage and why it's so important to not marry broke for women. If you don't wanna be cursed. You become cursed if you marry broke. You become cursed if you don't marry at all and have a whole bunch of kids out of wedlock. It's still a curse. If you believe in God, you're gonna get married. If he's a godly man, he's gonna get married. There's no way that you cannot believe it. There's no way you cannot believe in God and still get married. There's no way you can God and not get married. Right or wrong. There's no way you cannot believe in God and not get married. Because if you believe in God, you, you because if you believe in God, then you're gonna follow the damn commandments. God doesn't want you coveting another man's husband, another man's wife. So God doesn't want you having sex before marriage. That's in the Bible. So men are out here playing as if they believe in God, but they don't even have marriages. Having a bunch of bastard children is not a good thing. It's bad. When your bastard children go around married children, they're going to feel different. They're going to feel out of place. I'm looking at my hair now and I don't really like it that much. If I do it like this, it's looking better. So, anyway, so women, young women, you need to, I understand. I think going to school is great, college is great. And if you're going to stay celibate the rest of your life, that's great. If you're going to never have a man in your life, understood. But you can't tell other women to not ever have a man in their life. You can't deny somebody their natural want to reproduce because everything wants to reproduce. Everything wants to reproduce naturally. You want to start reproducing as soon as you hit puberty, that's what people are thinking about, reproducing, right? Not to say that kids should be reproducing, they should not be. And that's one reason why we have to teach our young girls because I think most women meet their mate in school. A lot of kids, teens have babies in school with teen fathers. That right there set you back 18 years. Having a baby in school will set you back to 18 years. Having a baby right out of college will set you back 18 years. Depending upon what kind of child you want to raise. Do you want a child that's raised by the government, that goes to school with other kids that you don't know, that you can't put a fine tooth comb through? You see all this stuff happening in the news. Those people who are on the news, their kids are in school with your kids. Maybe, unless you got them in private school. And if you're in private school, that's pretty good. But for black people going to all white private schools, sometimes that don't work. That 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 sometimes you know, being around all white kids, it can break down a black person's self-esteem if they're not strong. If you're like me, I went to all white schools. I was strong. They couldn't break down my self-esteem. But other other black kids, it's gonna be hard. You know what I mean? I think black kids that go to all white schools, they end up becoming a clown. or the quiet kid that don't really say much, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't go to all white schools. I'm just saying you're gonna feel like an outcast. Black kids are gonna feel like an outcast in an all white school, and the all white school are the best schools, right? The private schools. So what else are we to do? You want your kid to go learn how to be a slave, a yes man, damn Uncle Tom, or a thug. Those are your choices when your kid go enters the school system. Unless they have a strong head on their like a strong head like the Asian kids. The Asian kids, I don't know, they just get through it. I guess because they stick with the Asian kids. That's why. They stick with other Asian kids. Um, so my point is here, I'm urging women, and I'm gonna get on here every day and I'm gonna be telling young women, hey, don't marry broke. Straight like that. And when I say broke, some people may think, oh, he got $12,000 in his account. He's not broke. Don't marry insecure. You need a man with a strong, secured foundation that can rear children. You know what I mean? You don't want your kids growing up in his family's house. Fuck that. Your family's house. You don't want your kids growing up. You want them growing up in a nice big house like other kids are. If you want them to be the popular kid, they have to have a nice big house that they're growing up in with their mom and dad married in a nice car, going on vacations every day. That's what it is. That's the popular kid. The unpopular kid, single household, rent, small little apartment, mom and dad not married, just shacking up, making bastard babies, don't go to church. This is what it is, man. Like you got like when foundation, how you look to society. Mar You can't be a Christian and not and be having sex and not be married. If you're a Christian and you're not married, you better not be having sex. Right? If you're a Christian, marriage is for to protect women and children from a bunch of siblings that need care. Okay? Because if it wasn't for marriage, men would be out here house hopping from house to house to house, having 6, 7, 8, 29 babies. And that's why you can't get and you know what? That's why I know I said earlier that Dusty's play video games, but sometimes video games are good. Video games can't keep a man in the house and let him, regulate his mind or whatever and get some leisure time. So I'm not saying that men should get rid of their video games. Video games are fun. Keep your video games. Just don't play them all the time. Just don't play them all the time. This damn mosquito bite, man. He bit me and then fucking bit me on my arm and my leg. So yeah, a lot of people come from other countries and they get married as a come up game. They look for stupid Americans to marry who need love. And why do you need love? Because they tear your ass down in school. They got a whole bunch of people bullying you all day in school, talking about your head. Hey, biscuit head. Hey, hey, Munklehead. Hey, monkey head. Hey, turtle head. Hey, lizard head. All day talking about your head in school, and that shit break people down mentally, you know. And then they get out here in this world and they have low self-esteem, and then you get hit with an immigrant that wants to a broke immigrant or a broke illegal alien that wants to marry you, and then they take your money if you got some cash. And if you're American, you probably come from a family that at least owns a house. Most Americans own a house. Even the black Americans that y'all say are so broke, we own houses too. I'm inside of one of them. So I'm saying this today. Women, all women, even immigrant women, because I love all women. Do not marry a man who is not ready, who is not prepared to take care of you 100% and provide for you 100%. Because if you marry a man who doesn't want to take care, doesn't want to provide for you 100%, you're going to end up paying 50%. You're going to have to put your baby in daycare. Your baby's going to be subjected to a whole bunch of other kind of babies, crack babies, all kinds of babies. Your baby needs to be home with you getting love for at least the first 5 years of his life, the whole first 5 years. If you got a grandma, great. Most people don't have a grandma because whatever your story is.